This is ABC7 News at 5. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Haley Wilkes has the night off. Thank you so much for joining us. Our top story tonight, a raging wildfire in Tennessee that's threatening thousands of people and forcing residents and tourists to evacuate popular spots. Just moments ago, Gatlinburg's mayor confirming 3 people have died due to the fires and at least a dozen have been injured. The focus now is going door to door to check on people. More than 100 structures were lost or damaged in one town, including the mayor's home, but Gatlinburg's downtown area is largely intact. The wildfire is spreading from the state's Great Smoky Mountains to populated areas, turning one of the area's biggest tourist attractions, Dollywood, into an orange park. Fortunately, authorities report no damage there. Ripley's Aquarium of the Smokies, along with the more than 10,000 animals inside, threatened but intact. The fires, fanned by strong winds in the southeast, worst drought in a decade.
It's difficult to go out into a community and try to protect and serve others when your own property and everything that you've worked for is burning down. In a span of around 15 to 20 minutes, we were dispatched and alerted to almost 20 structure fires.
More than a dozen structure fires are still burning tonight as 2,000 people hunker down in shelters. Fire officials say it looks like the weather will cooperate and help them extinguish the flames. More rain is forecast beginning late tonight, and we'll have more of that in just a second. Many people on the Suncoast visit the tourist area regularly, while others own homes in that area of Tennessee. They are all nervously watching the firefight. ABC7's Dwayne Lindo joins us now with one couple's concerns. Dwayne?
Well, Scott, that's right. They're keeping in constant communication with their neighbors up there, getting a first-hand account of the devastation that's taking place.
We had to do an awful lot for this pumpkins.
Dewey and Helen Eason have plenty of memories in Sevier County, Tennessee.
My mom and dad were there for so many years. We used to travel up there. We'd roast marshmallows and hot dogs and stuff. We still do that.
They live on the Suncoast, but own a home in the area, spending at least 4 to 5 months a year in the city of Sevierville. And early this morning, Dewey received an important message from one of his neighbors.
Because of the high winds during the night, which he said reached approximately 100 miles an hour, that the skirting around my park model had blown away.
And while the Eason's home is okay, for now, they are not alone. According to travel agent John Sutter, many Suncoast residents travel to their summer homes in eastern Tennessee.
So we see quite a bit of an exodus. I'd say in this area probably 50 to 100,000 people.
We have, in fact, the area that we live, we probably have 6 or 8 families from this area that live in the same area that we do.
A popular resort town dependent on tourism dollars.
I think it's going to have a big impact on the people that live there, that rely on the tourism industry to help them through the winter season.
But Sutter says once the area gets back on its feet, tourism coming from this area will be on point, the way it was before the wildfires.
It's a day's drive, and there's plenty of places to stop along the way, so it's a great opportunity if you're looking to get out of Florida and enjoy some different scenery, get into the mountains, breathe some different air.
Again, the Deweys are extremely concerned as there was significant damage no more than 2 miles away from their home. Scott, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Dwayne. We wish them the best and all the other people who own property up there. Let's get the latest on the weather conditions there and here at home with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob?
Yeah, it really broke up yesterday. In fact, it really broke out, I should say. We had wind gusts actually at 97 miles an hour in Sevierville, right there where Dewey Easton was talking about, and that caused all sorts of problems with the fires and the embers being spread as a result of the strong winds. On top of that, trees were knocked down that were still on fire, and so that was also a big issue there. We're looking right there. There's some big storms to the south and west of it. The first front that moved through did bring some welcome rainfall. Now, this looks like rain, but it's not. Dialed into the Knoxville radar there, and you can see what appears to be rain is not. These are fires, and this is the smoke that's from these fires moving off basically to the north right now. And again, there's Sevierville right there, Knoxville right there. This is where the biggest concern has been as those fires have been moving off to the north as a result of the southerly wind flow. Again, there's Gatlinburg. There's a fire right there, also one right there into the southeast of Gatlinburg as far as the fire goes. Now, this is the rainfall total over the past 24 hours. You see most of the rain was over northern sections of Alabama, or I should say Mississippi and Alabama, and then not as much over the southeastern portion of Tennessee. In fact, just in that area, about a half inch of rain near Sevierville. This was last night and this morning. But the news is more rain is on the way for that particular area. Here's the forecast over the next 24 hours. And if you look, there's Knoxville. And right around that particular area, they're expecting up to 1.5 inches of rainfall over the next 24 hours. So some good news on that front, Scott. We are anticipating that front to stay to our north. We'll have much more in our weather coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. The overall crime rate in Florida is dropping, but the number of murders, rapes, and car thefts are up. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement releasing statistics today that show the overall crime rate decreased 3% during the first half of this year. The crimes that went down include robberies, burglaries, and aggravated assault. But the report also shows a 15% increase in the number of murders. Between January and June of this year, there were 561 murders. That number includes the mass shooting in Orlando. Last year, during the same time period, there were 487 murders here in Florida. Drug education is evolving at schools around the country, and now some high schools on the Suncoast are trying a different approach to stop young people from getting involved in drug culture. The program, called Drug-Free Youth, or DFY, gives kids who submit to random drug testing incentives like discounts to their favorite stores or restaurants around town. The program was started by community members in Northport, but has since expanded to other schools, including Sarasota High School. At that school alone, 400 students are involved, and they're looking to expand to 600 by the end of the year.
All of these kids were high school students at one point, not too long ago, in our community, with parents and teachers and coaches that cared about them. Why not try to make an impact now so that maybe we can cut down on some of that?
Because you always hear about things and you're always like, oh, that's awful, but like when you actually see it with your own eyes and you know somebody that's been in that position before, I mean, it's a real eye-opener.
Program is funded by Sarasota's First Step, but they're hoping to increase funding and expand this program. There's a new way for homebound residents to safely get rid of old prescription medications. Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is partnering with Drug Free Sarasota and the Health Department on the Deterra drug activation system. You just put your medicine in a bag, add water, and shake it up to neutralize the active ingredient in the drug. Then you can throw the biodegradable bag away. These bags are available at multiple locations. For the list, you can go to our website, mysuncoast.com. FPL customers, get ready to see a bigger amount due in your bill starting this January. The Florida Public Service Commission unanimously approving an $811 million rate hike being sought by Florida Power and Light. That rate hike will be phased in over a 4-year period, but the first jolt will come in January when the average residential bill is expected to go up by about $7 a month. FPL says the agreement will allow the utility to continue to make smart investments.
Our bills are 30% below the national average, and our customers have more disposable income in their pockets because of the smart investments we've been making over the years, not by accident.
Florida Public Service Commission approved the agreement despite objections from AARP and the Sierra Club. ABC7 business commentator Richard Stern joins us now. And Richard, Wall Street returns to its winning ways after one down day.
You're exactly right, Scott. Our losing streak of one is over. A lot of it has to do with news this morning about stronger than expected gross domestic product, stronger than expected consumer confidence. The moves on the upside today were not nearly as dramatic as we saw last week. The intraday range was 80 points, 46 points on the upside, 34 points on the downside. A rather quiet day, but as you just said, up arrows across the board. No records, but up arrows. Let's take a look, and the numbers do look pretty darn good. There you see the Dow Jones Industrial Average up by almost 24 points, more than 0.1%, closing at 19,121.60. That on a volume of 689 million shares. The NASDAQ had an intraday high, didn't close there, however, up 11.11, 0.2%, closing at 5,379.92. That on volume of 1,602 million shares. And the S&P makes it a clean sweep, up 3 points, also more than 0.1% at 2,204.66. Well, I expect you're all familiar with Tiffany's. Guess what? Their earnings are finally sparkling. Tiffany's same-store sales were down, but their total sales were up for the first time in 8 quarters. And believe it or not, that's because even though their U.S. sales were down, its largest market, sales were so strong in both Japan and China that it carried the day. Shares of Tiffany were up by more than 6% intraday, finished the day with a gain of more than 3%, the best move you've seen from Tiffany in a very long time.
We've had some other news on Tiffany's, Richard.
Yeah, kind of strange, Scott, but I have to share it with you. Tiffany's location and the Trump Tower are literally adjacent to one another, and Tiffany's is very concerned that their Christmas sales are going to be down because of the difficulty getting to their store with all the security now around Trump Tower.
A lot of it there, yeah, that's for sure. All right, Richard, thank you so much for the update.
You're welcome.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, investigators scour the wreckage of a deadly plane crash in Colombia. Why they think the plane went down, killing more than 70 people, including members of a Brazilian soccer team. And we'll get back to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with the full weather forecast for the rest of the week. And then later in Health Smart, what can help reduce the pain and inflammation from overeating?
Stop by ABC7 or Sunset Kia in Sarasota, Bradenton, or Venice to pick up an Angel Tree gift tag. It will tell you what a local child or senior citizen is wishing for this holiday season.
From ABC7, thanks for your generosity and happy holidays.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Investigators are on the scene of an airline disaster in South America after a plane carrying a Brazilian soccer team went down in a mountainous region of Colombia. 77 people were on board, and officials say all but 6 died in that crash. ABC's Elizabeth Herr has the latest.
New and heartbreaking images from Colombia as crews begin removing bodies from the crash site, where you can barely make out this was a plane. And incredibly, there are survivors.
Con vida.
According to authorities, there are 6 survivors rushed to the hospital overnight. 75 others on board, many of them members of a Brazilian soccer team on its way to a tournament, were killed. The The Brazilian president today offered his condolences to the victims' families, calling the incident extremely sad. The circumstances are still under investigation, but so far we are told the British aerospace RJ-85, owned by a charter company, was near its destination, flying from Bolivia to Colombia. And this is a look at the flight radar showing the final moments, the plane circling several times, the crew reportedly saying there was an electrical problem before crashing. The soccer team from Chapecoense posted this on Facebook before they got on that plane. One of the players, Alan Rochelle, a 27-year-old defender seen here with his teammates, is said to be one of the survivors.
Authorities say in all 3 soccer players, 2 crew members, and 1 journalist survived. And for the 75 victims, the Brazilian president just declared 3 days of mourning. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, New York.
Tiger Woods returning to competitive golf this week, the 898th ranked player in the world right now, announcing today he'll compete in this week's Hero World Challenge in the Bahamas. The last time we saw Woods play, he tied for 10th place at the Wyndham Championship back in August of 2015. It was his best finish of that season, but just weeks later, Woods learned the pain he was experiencing in his back near the same spot where he had a procedure the year before. He'll find out on Thursday if he's back up to full strength when the tournament tees off in the Bahamas. Good to see Tiger back on the links. And Bob, you won't be here tomorrow. I hope you're going to be on the links because it's his birthday tomorrow. So I want to wish you a happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, I might be fishing or playing golf.
Whatever you want, man. It's your birthday.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Scott, the weather should be nice tomorrow. Warm. It's been warm today, too. And temperatures very warm and moist. Warm, moist air moving into a cold front that is causing all sorts of problems. Yesterday, the strong winds fanning the flames up in Tennessee. And now tornadoes are a real problem into parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, and now into parts of West Tennessee. You can see that area right now is under the tornado watch, and that will continue through this evening. We'll take a look at what's going on there right now. Some big storms. Just recently, numerous tornado warnings have been issued for this region. You can see all the cells are ripping off to the northeast right now. Some heavy rainfall. This will eventually bring some welcome relief to eastern portions of Tennessee, so they will get some much needed rainfall up to about an inch near that area that has been devastated by the fires last night and this morning, and they still rage there across parts of East Tennessee. But the tornadoes themselves are where you see the areas in red. Now, this one has just expired, but these two continue right there. There's another one near Jackson in the Mississippi. These are severe thunderstorm warnings in effect, so you can see a very active pattern setting up through this evening over the lower Mississippi Valley. For us, we had a few light rain showers yesterday. There was a little weak disturbance in the evening, not as much around this evening, so expect a sprinkler or two in the inland counties. Now, as far as our sky goes, it has been sunny throughout much of the day. Although we have some high clouds moving in from the west, there hasn't been a whole lot of low-level moisture in terms of clouds around, and it looks as though we do see a high cirrus deck across the area, and that will stick around. Hopefully, it will not obscure our vision tonight at 5:55 for 6 minutes. We get to see the International Space Station. It will appear from the south-southwest, so look there, about a fist above the horizon, and then it disappears to the northeast. The maximum height will be at 50 degrees above the horizon. We'll try to get tower cam to see if we can't see that at 5:55 this evening, looking out toward the southwest. Winds are out of the south right now, anywhere from 5 to 10. We had gusts as high as 15 to 20 earlier. Those winds out of the south will keep us warm overnight. We're expecting lows in the upper 60s for the most part, even some low 70s right near the coast. Now, dew point temperatures are fairly high for this time of year, mid 60s to upper 60s, typically the dew point into the mid to lower 50s, so that will tell the story. For low temperatures tonight, we're looking for low temperatures, upper 60s to right around 70 degrees. Currently at 78, and the humidity at 64%, that south wind at 11. The pressure 29.97 inches, and that has been holding steady as high pressure holding firm right now, not allowing that cold front to move down here anytime soon. 79, the actual temperature in Orlando. It's 78 in Miami. Temperatures fairly uniform around the peninsula. Upper 70s, mid 70s right near the water. Cortez at 76, Venice at 78, Inglewood at 75 degrees, Arcadia. You're at 80 and 80 as well in Wauchula, Mayaca City at 81. The Gulf temperature now at 71 degrees. Forecast overnight temperatures expected to be in the upper 60s, as I mentioned, by around 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. And then we'll see another nice day tomorrow with lots of sunshine, just a few clouds around. The big story is the big storms breaking out across the lower Mississippi Valley and the Northeast. They're getting some rain and snow mix in Vermont, New Hampshire, and parts of Maine tonight. and it's been kind of a wet day in New York City, stretching all the way over to Boston. Temperatures really dropping behind that front over the northern Rockies and in the northern Plains states, although warm out ahead of it. St. Louis at 60, and now it's 58 in Cleveland and 58 in Washington. For boaters tomorrow, a bit breezy out there. South winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas will be 2 to 4 feet, and a moderate chop on the bays and inland waters. The water temperature is starting to warm up. 71 degrees, and tides upcoming. Low tide will be at 5:55 and a high tide at 11:15. Sunset will be at 5:36 tonight. Look for partly cloudy skies, a few isolated showers inland, some fog developing, and then the extended forecast is shaping up to be fairly nice for us. Again, I look for high temperatures, slightly cooler on Saturday and Sunday. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you so much. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. No crashes in the area, but we are seeing traffic backed up on US 41 right around downtown Sarasota near the intersection with Fruitville Road. Slow going at this hour. In health news tonight, some help when it comes to overeating during the holidays. Exercise may protect against the inflammation that can come with overindulging for a week. In a small new study, researchers looked at 4 lean, active adults who consumed 30% more calories than usual for 1 week. All of them exercised for at least 150 minutes over the course of that week. Afterwards, researchers measured their glucose tolerance, which is a test of how well the body can use and break down that sugar glucose. And to no surprise, none of the adults in that study had impaired glucose tolerance, thanks to exercising. Falls are the leading cause of injury-related ER visits and the main cause of accidental deaths among Americans 65 and older. Many falls are due to dizziness or vertigo. According to the Cleveland Clinic, in some cases, vertigo is caused by an imbalance in the inner ear and nervous system. To prevent falls, Cleveland Clinic suggests strengthening your core to improve your balance. You can do this with yoga or strength training. Always use handrails when walking up and down stairs. Remove hazardous items from the floor and wear those low-heeled shoes with a good tread underneath. Coming up, a smash and grab at a Tampa gun store, why investigators think it was a well-thought-out burglary. And a woman jumps from a moving plane and lands in hot water. What charges she could face, those stories just ahead.
The agents at SWC would like to show you pictures of all the homes that they've sold quickly for their clients. But they're just too many to show. Contact SWC today and find out for yourself. We just market your home better.
Download ABC7's free all-new news app at your app store today.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
This holiday season, give the greatest gifts of all, safety and peace of mind. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And now during the Subaru Share the Love event, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet. A new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
What makes America's #1 beach even better? How about seafood and music? Don't miss the Siesta Beach Seafood and Music Festival happening Saturday and Sunday, December 3rd and 4th from 10 to 6 p.m. Savor mouth-watering Florida Gulf Coast seafood dishes by top restaurants and chefs while you enjoy great live music from some of Florida's top musical groups. So grab your family and friends at the Siesta Beach Seafood and Music Festival December 3rd and 4th. For more information, visit seafoodfestivals.com.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WindGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WindGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
Hillsborough County Sheriff's deputies are on the hunt for multiple suspects involved in a smash-and-grab burglary at a gun shop. The burglary at Tampa Arms Company early this morning was caught on camera. Investigators say the thieves used a truck or SUV to ram through the front of the store, breaking the glass. Then 8 to 12 people ran in, grabbing whatever they could get. At least 40 firearms were stolen in less than 2 minutes. Deputies believe this was a well-thought-out, organized theft. They are now reviewing video from the store and surrounding stores as they look for the suspects. In South Florida, police are on the lookout for 2 men who spent their Thanksgiving breaking into a restaurant. Surveillance video shows the men using a rock to break the glass of the family business. Once inside, they started ripping out the cash registers. Cameras even caught the getaway car in the parking lot. The owner says this is the first time this has happened, but says he didn't let the burglars ruin his Thanksgiving. He spent the holiday delivering food to the poor.
Going back, giving back, it just brings a warmth, and that's what people, it isn't what you could make or what you could take, it's, what you guys could give. That's what really counts and makes things special.
The owner spent the rest of his Thanksgiving boarding up the restaurant. A woman was immediately taken into custody at Houston's George Bush Intercontinental Airport after she managed to open a plane's emergency door while it was landing. The woman then jumped out of the United Airlines plane, which was still taxiing, right into a restricted area. Video and pictures of the open hatch and shocked passengers on the plane were shared online. The woman has been treated for injuries and then released by authorities. She will reportedly not face any charges, but prosecutors say she is undergoing psychological tests. The White House is ready for the holidays and is completely decked out with this year's theme, the gift of the holidays. 92 volunteers help put up the decor. As guests first walk into the White House, they're met with a giant present that serves as a backdrop for photos. 56 Lego gingerbread houses, one for each state and territory, are nestled in the branches of the trees throughout the state dining room. And a 19-foot Douglas fir Christmas tree has been trimmed to fit into the White House's blue room. Beautiful. Still to come in your Suncoast News, more houses, more permits, and more jobs. What the city of Venice is doing to try to keep up with the building demand. That story is next.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
Black Friday's biggest deals are still here. That's right, the Black Friday sales event is going strong at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or check out the stylish new Jeep Renegade, starting at just $16,999. Stop by today and drive away in a brand new Jeep Patriot for just $14,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.